Yeah.
It's Kendrick, right? So you have this standard for him now. It's not even fair for him.
No.
Because
Probably why it
this
took
CD
so
can't
long.
be trash. It can't be okay. It has to top.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's the problem. Like you said, some of these people try to top what they did and they can't.
Yeah.
Just make music. Hopefully he just went there and make music rather than I'm gonna top this. Just make music.
No, there's no topping.
Because again, Mad City, that CD album, I think already made. It reached somewhere where it was the only hip hop album that reached there. I forgot. It was some kind of award or some kind of accolade. I forgot what it was. But it's placed in some kind of history books already. That album. I forgot what it is, but it's the only hip hop album that made it.
It's amazing. It's like every time I listen to it again, I'm like, man, I forgot how good it was.
No, it was a piece of art. Definitely was.
I'm gonna be divisive here. My least favorite Kendrick album.
Wow.
I like it, but it's my least favorite. It's not bad. Like, it's not saying it's bad. It's my
Get
least
out.
favorite.
That's how I am. Like, yeah, I'm like that with Boy. I'm not a big Boys and Men fan.
Big what?
Boys and Men, and that's very decisive on some people.
You don't like Boyz II Men? Is that what you're saying?
I don't dislike them.
Okay.
I just don't listen to them.
This I need more.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. So, growing up, I loved Jodeci, Bobby Brown. So I don't know if I just like the bad boy R&B dudes, and they were too clean cut. I don't know what it is.
So you
I
prefer
just never,
Jagged Edge, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Right,
one.
yeah.
So I need like
No, I
a
get
little
it.
bit of hood in you.
Yeah.
No, I get it because they were made specifically to be the good guys.
Yes.
The good group.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were still nasty to me.
They can. They're all of that. I
Yeah.
just will never. You'll never come to my house and there'll be a Boys Men playing. There'll never be a playlist with.
So there's
Not
not a
one.
Boyz II Men song you appreciate or like.
Let It Snow.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
Brian
yeah.
McKnight's on it, so,
But,
and it's seasonal.
Go to his house on Christmas.
Wow, bro, that's.
Some hard shade being thrown right now. Boyz II Men.
I'm trying to deal. No, again, I like this. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Disagreement.
That's divisive.
Because
Because every time I say it, people look at me. I'm like, I'm not saying they're not good.
So
I just don't listen to
it's
them.
so hard to say goodbye as a no to you. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's.
Yesterday,
It's too ballady.
Yesterday?
It's, no, I'm good.
end of the road. No,
No, I need.
I'll make love to you.
Bobby-
I mean, these are
That was,
whoa,
yeah, that's. I need Bobby Brown.
bro.
man.
When I
need
used to
get
hear "I'll
Jodeci.
make love to you," I'm taking my clothes off. I don't care if I'm alone. It's coming off, bro. That song.
It is a classic.
Damn, bro.
The
Thank
horns.
you, everybody, for joining us today on the
Imagine-
the
oh.
Offbeat Podcast, the podcast about music and everything in and around it. My name is Rick. I'm joined here by these beautiful, beautiful gentlemen. Mike Williams, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. We appreciate it. Xander Garrafa, over here to my left, taking a little sippy sip of that high noon. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
And we got Eddie Saturn over here. Yeah, baby. I'll speak on your behalf. All right, yeah. Nice plug. Nice video plug. Some of these things don't translate to audio, which, by the way, I got to do a better job at like auditorially describing things that are happening
Yeah.
for the people who only listen to the audio. For the 3 or 4 folks who are.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, we appreciate you guys.
Of course.
Once again, you can find us at anchor.fm/the offbeat if you would like to listen to us on audio only, whether that's
Here's a link.
iTunes or Spotify or any Google platform. Because it's like, what is it? Is it Google? Is it the podcast platform? What is it this week? Google has a tendency to change branding and just cut off stuff that they don't like.
Yeah.
Right.
They should cut off their phones. Is what they should. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Speaking of hot takes,
Yeah. Android.
Good
is
Lord.
just- yeah, Android. I'm sorry. I know
What?
you got Android. It's just the bad.
Android, baby.
see, you could almost make a case at this point, Mike. I might agree with you and say, okay, everybody else who's making Android phones, stop. Just let Samsung run it.
Yeah.
Google, just give them your software
Yes.
and let them just run with it and see what happens. Because the amount of like the skewing of the numbers of like trash phones. Because the thing that Google did right was they gave Android away for free. So that
Yes.
So you end up with trash tier hardware that's like, here you go. It's $50. It's a smartphone, but it's trash.
Right.
Yeah.
Versus pay $1,000 to $1,200 to $1,500. Now, by the way, ludicrous phone prices these days.
Yeah.
It's only gonna go up. I'm sure it'll be 2 racks before 2030.
Would you pay 2 G's for a smartphone?
Yes.
But what if it's like the base model? Like if it's 2 G's, it has to be at least 2 terabytes.
Yeah.
Give me all the storage.
You're not talking about like 64.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, they really pushed that as long as they could, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah, they did.
F those guys, man. Like I like, new phone, 64 gigs of storage, and half of it is the damn operating system.
Yeah, it's 20 gigs of it is.
It's ridiculous. I can't put whatever, man. Don't get me going. Sorry. So this is the B side. In case you guys haven't figured that out, every now and again we have one of these like completely off the rail podcasts.
I didn't know what we were doing.
Oh yeah. No, we're
Exactly.
going. We're going. So Mike Williams and Xander was. Did you really?
No, I said I didn't. I didn't bring a change of clothes. Like, oh, this is Mike Williams on another episode.
I would have been so happy.
Thing.
I would have been so happy. Yeah, I probably should have told you. We usually will do 2. We'll just do one and then another. But you were talking to Xander about how you are not a fan or you're not a stan of Boyz II Men. Is that an accurate statement?
Yes.
Okay.
They are very talented. Not many people can sing better than them. Their
Can you explain your reasoning as to why you're not into boys?
I think it's because I just grew up such a big Bobby Brown fan, and then that led into like Jodeci. So I like the bad boy R&B, opposed to like the ballad, clean cut.
Okay, so
this is really good. This is really good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cut you off. I'm going to let you
go, please.
So now I have 2 family trees.
Yes.
Who is the family tree of cleanliness and purity of the Boyz II Men? Is it who's on the top of that list?
Their predecessors.
Luther?
Yeah, like Luther.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Who else?
Supposed to be that.
Johnny Gill?
No.
It's a little.
I mean,
It's good, but
he's leaning towards the
he
dark
was
side.
He was
of
a
it,
new
right?
addition, so like it's hard. Yeah.
True.
But he does have that ballad voice. He
does.
is an amazing voice.
Johnny Gill.
Luther's right on it. Because
Okay.
my mom
Luther
likes
would be-
both, and that's her trope. You know what I mean?
Yes.
My mom likes both.
It would be Luther.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
very good.
So Father Luther, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
Gave us many years of good music. On Bended Knee, nothing? Bro, On Bended Knee. On Bended Knee probably saved many marriages.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Like they have hits. They've never been played on my Spotify.
So no, I get that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Wow. I need a moment. Not even accidentally.
Wow.
No, Spotify is really good. Their algorithm. Shout out to Spotify. I'm
Hey.
a Spotify guy. Their algorithm, it knows.
Yeah.
Oh, this dude doesn't like Luther or Boyz II Men.
Okay, so here's my dilemma that I'm having with this. They're good boys, right? So they're good. They make good music.
Yep.
They're good boys that make good music. So to you, that is not pleasurable. So when it comes to R&B, you like bad boys that make sexy music.
I guess that would be it. I don't.
So the more
know.
sexual, the better. So
It started young. Like I remember
Go on.
watching Bobby Brown and like, this dude's dope. And then New Edition, and I'm like, man, they're dope. And then Jodeci.
Yeah.
Wow. And then like Ginuwine came out.
Okay.
And then he's talking about Pony. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just kept like, that's the way I went.
Got you.
Okay.
No, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. So when it comes to that, when it comes to explaining to, so you like the sexier, more seductive R&B.
I think so. And
Okay,
I think
the
it's
sultry.
because my dad was the opposite. He's an R&B dude, but he's
Classic.
Boyz II Men, Luther,
I see.
Alexander O'Neal, those type of dudes.
Yes.
So,
okay.
Adina Howard.
Man, love Adina.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx wrote that song, which is, I don't know if a lot of people know that. Yeah, he wrote T-shirt and panties.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
And he's in it. He's in the
But it sounds like a Jamie Foxx song. But
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay, so it makes sense. So if that's the case, and I don't want to bring this guy up because he's behind jail, but R. Kelly, you were a big R. Kelly fan?
Absolutely.
Like he was the king of that type of music.
Yes.
If that's the case.
And when I tell you that, like, the first hot day, nice out, some rooms, I used to play R. Kelly. Now I can't.
Right, right.
And there's times I'm just like, man, I should just play it, man. Ain't nobody gonna care.
Yeah, they
But
will.
like, yeah, I will. I have a
Yes,
daughter.
exactly. Right.
So I don't play it. But yes, big R. Kelly dude. Also, never liked Trey Songz, and he is another dude who's like R. Kelly.
That's
That's fair.
He needs somebody to knock him out. Because I don't know if y'all have heard.
No.
Yeah, he's wild, and
He
he's
likes
like
to hit
this little
yeah,
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
damn, dude.
Yes, I've heard. But
How unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't want to get off track because that guy is a piece of shit. But
Yes.
going back to your point, so you like R. Kelly. What about? All right. So Brian McKnight, no,
He's on the clean side.
he's super
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not a big Brian.
But okay, so
But
I was
do-
with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was with you until Brian McKnight went off his rocker and made "Make Her Squirt." You hear that song?
I've not heard that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard that? I'm pretty sure Shannon has. He is. I'm not lying to you. This is
Midlife
on-
crisis?
This
Are we
is
talking
no,
recent?
I don't know. This
Oh.
is on YouTube. It wasn't recent. It was on
Okay.
YouTube. It wasn't like a long time ago, but it was like 2015, 16. It was on
yeah,
YouTube.
He was older.
There's a camera. He has a piano. And today I got a song, blah. And it was something about it's either how to make her squirt, something regarding squirt, and he's getting really raunchy in this song. I like it, but I didn't see that coming from because he's a good dude. So it was but it's on YouTube. I forgot the name of it, but it put Brian McKnight and squirt, and I'm sure you'll find the song. But
Be
check it out, you
careful.
might like- it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, go ahead and Google
What's
that.
crazy though is like
Don't Google it.
with rap, I'm almost the opposite.
right, exactly.
I like backpack rappers, like dudes who like are good dudes that rap good and not killing people, like the
Yeah.
drill rappers and
yeah.
stuff like that. So it's weird, but I think it all stems from Bobby Brown.
Okay. Wow. Bobby
See,
Brown.
I remember. All right, I hate when I say things that make me sound old, but I'm going to say it anyway. Second, third grade, I don't know, school talent concert, and I remember. I believe it's the song "Poison," right? Poison.
Yep.
So one,
DVD.
yeah.
Yep.
A girl was singing that song in the talent concert, and I remember when there's a line in the song that says, "I don't give a damn," and she said, "I don't give a darn," and to this day, I still remember that. I don't know why, but that shit stuck out.
That stands out, and that's
You're like,
Wow.
that's not the correct lyric.
Did it
What?
ruin the song for you?
You know what?
It did for me.
Yeah,
did she say never trust a big butt and a smile?
couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I don't remember that part of it, but probably not. If
Never
she's-
trust a big behind and a smile.
Wow. Wow.
Damn, dude. You know what? I've never had this, like, goody two shoes polished versus bad boy edgy conversation, like, for lack of a better phrase, like, as it relates to R&B.
Me either.
But it's fascinating because there is a very clear lineage. Like, we kind of unpacked it, like, especially with, you said, oh my gosh, Bobby Brown. And then later on, years later, Ginuwine, like there's a direct line there.
Yeah.
Of like, and it's that's fascinating, dude.
It's crazy.
So you made a comment on the last episode. We didn't really get to unpack it, but you talked about you're a stand for Childish Gambino.
yeah, Donald Glover. And
What I wanted to ask you about, if you have the opportunity to speak on it. So I watched a lot of Community, and that was my first exposure to Donald Glover.
Mm.
Donald Glover? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I always get confused with the
Danny
other
Glover?
Danny Glover.
and are not related.
Not related.
No.
You know what? Good for them, though.
Yeah.
Great careers.
Yeah.
So Community was hilarious. Really enjoyed it. And then years later, I discovered his music. I'm like, wow, it's the same guy. Like, I'm sure that happened to a ton of people.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I happened to watch recently on, let me find it. It was recently on YouTube, the algorithm, as it does. Every now and again, it hits you with a gem. And one of the things that I came across that I saw was the name of the video was Donald Glover, son of Kanye. And so there's like a whole hypothesis on on how like Childish Gambino is the logical evolution of Kanye in terms of like, here's what, and we've spoken about this, right? So like we talked about the pyramids of, not scheme, the pyramid of like hip hop titans and how each generation has built on top of the other. So like Biggie, Tupac, and then Jay-Z, and then Kanye. So Childish Gambino as the logical next step, and they were talking about, and I can't speak intelligently on this, so feel free to fill in, guys, but his was it Because the Internet? What was the name of that album?
Because of the internet.
Okay.
Yep.
Like all the stuff that he did around that album release, like the short movies and like like all kinds of stuff, and just it kind. So the more they talk about it, I'm like, actually, that does make sense because he's got an even deeper platform, right? Because Kanye's not doing acting, right? But
or
like
writing,
Right.
exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Like so it was fascinating to listen to. I started watching Atlanta.
What season are you on?
Literally just yesterday, I fired it up because I was watching that thing. I'm like, season 1.
Okay.
I heard someone, I follow this, I should be better about name dropping people, but I follow somebody who does like video essays. He'll be like, let's talk about, the cinematography behind Atlanta. And so they did a deep dive on Atlanta. I'm like, this looks awesome.
It gets so much better as the season.
Season 3 here is nuts. I
It's
haven't watched
insane.
season 3.
It's insane.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Very excited to watch it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like I enjoy his music for sure. I didn't initially because it was too jarring for me in the same way that Kanye did a lot of that weird stuff, like during the whole Yeezus phase of like upside down cross stuff. He's pretending to be Jesus. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Years later, I'm like, oh, it's Kanye being Kanye, right? Like, whatever. We've talked about that. So talk to me about Childish. I mean, you said you're a big fan. So, all right, let me tee you up. Of the albums that he's released, any favorites?
Ooh.
Is he a good or a bad boy?
Good.
To you? What?
He's good. He's just
Okay. So he's a good, and you like him.
yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah.
More data.
If he was strictly R&B, I'd be like, man, this dude's kind of.
Okay.
Because of the internet, I don't know if I could choose between Because of the Internet or what's the
number one 320 or
No,
320.
the one before that.
With Redbone, Awaken My Love.
Yes. It's between those two.
Awesome.
It's
What about
tough.
Camp?
Camp's dope.
Yeah. What about Kawhi? The little mixtape he dropped.
Love Kawhi. Jaden Smith's on that one. It's
Yes,
so
he is.
random. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you
Yeah.
for the nuggets, by the
Yes.
way. Listen, like here's the deal. I enjoy things like, and I tell Xander this all the time, like, I don't watch basketball, but I like following it via other people. And so the same is true of like a lot of hip hop things. Like I won't directly be super plugged in, but like I pick up enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then so hanging out with, guys like you, I'm like, all right, yeah, we're taking a deep dive on this stuff. So like talking about Childish Gambino to me is entertaining because on the one hand, hip hop, but on the other hand, so many other things that are not just the stereotypical, like I'm a hip hop artist, like Andre 3000, who's, hey, I'm really good at this and I'm not really going to do much else.
Yeah.
But I'm a legend. So I don't know, man. That stuff fascinates me personally.
He's making tennis shoes now.
Yeah.
Which is like.
Was it still with Treehorn? Or Treehorn?
Yep.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Which is like cool. But it's like Frank Ocean's. Oh my God. Frank Ocean's making furniture. And it's like, dog, yes.
Wow. Yes.
Like, I want you to make money and I want you to do these cool things that are like within you. But like, can you drop an album? Like, is it okay if you
Give us an EP of 4. I'll be happy.
Give me one
something.
song.
Yeah.
If Frank or Andre drop one song, I'll stop complaining. And sure, everybody will.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, I love the Mallory Bros podcast. They at one point on one of their episodes they were talking about. They went down the rabbit hole on this, but whatever. Long story short, it was. They kept saying the phrase, when you got that product, as to say, like, whatever the thing is that you have that people want, that's when you're like, I got him, right?
Yep.
It could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anything. But like if you have that thing that people want, man, they're gonna keep coming back because
Right.
they've come accustomed to whatever the thing is that you're putting out, whether it's visual art or a video or a drink or a recipe or music. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Like if Andre 3000 or Frank Ocean dropped and like we're only dropping on CD, people will go to the store and buy the CD.
Physical only, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If they
Like,
drop a
it would
cassette
just-
tape,
Yeah,
I will buy
I
a
had to-
cassette tape player for my car.
and it would. Everyone would.
Yeah,
It's like that's what we have to do.
especially if it's in physical form,
Yeah.
because it could be a collector
Yep.
item. So, anything that they drop right now, please, if you listen to this podcast, which I'm sure you are,
Andre,
please, Andre.
please.
What would be mind blowing is if Andre decides to call Frank and say, "You gonna drop a mixtape and fuck everybody up?"
Man.
I will blow
Yeah.
my top off if that happens.
Yeah.
That would be amazing because those two will be. It works so well if you actually think about it. But
You've
I don't
heard their
think-
songs together, right?
I haven't.
Whoa.
I haven't, to be honest with you.
Pink
sure they will.
Matter.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Pink Matter. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Okay,
I'm
you-
sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes.
there's another song
Forgot about that one.
called
Yeah.
Solo, and it's
That one I know.
oh my fucking god.
But I forgot about Pink. Yeah, of
That was
course.
good,
I
yeah.
forgot about Pink Matter. It's one of my favorite songs from
yeah.
Frank. So yes.
So good.
Because I know you know this. How can I get that album that he dropped? It was only streaming.
Endless. You're talking about Frank's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was on. It was on Apple Music for a minute. I don't know if it's still up
Oh, if it is, then.
because it was only.
Because I remember I used to
exclusively-
look like occasionally, and it was just.
Exclusively on
Yes.
Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of going back to the bad and
Yeah.
good, Frank Ocean,
It's there.
bad boy, good boy. What is he?
might-
I think he's a good boy.
Frank
Frank
Ocean?
Ocean. Oh,
I might say he's leaning a little bit towards the dark side.
True
Yeah.
neutral. He's true neutral.
Yeah.
But he is. Is he? If he's dark side, his wordplay is crazy because you never really. He never says anything sexually. But
Right.
like, whoa. But he's so say some sexual shit you gotta think about.
Like Pyramid.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a wordplay sexual song. It's like,
But he like raps about, or he sings about like topics too.
Yeah.
that are
I mean,
like-
Pink Matter, for example.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
right.
Nikes.
So
Yo,
Yeah.
actually, damn, dude, you just brought me back. Okay, so I'm gonna get this wrong, so apologies in advance. I love going to the beach. X, also a big fan.
big fan.
Mike, I know you only go to the beach during certain temperatures.
Yeah.
Well, going home, guys.
Oh, 85. I'm out.
Not even degrees. Dew point.
Yeah, it could be 70 and dewy. I'm not going.
Dew point is everything. Sorry. So my wife came across, like, if I'm at the beach, I have to hear like island vibes type of music,
Oh, yeah.
like Caribbean, like calypso, all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah.
I love that stuff at the beach. In general, I love it, but specifically at the beach. So my wife found like a playlist of old Caribbean calypso music from like the 60s and 70s.
Wow.
And so like talk about wordplay. There is a surprising amount of like inappropriates, but like they're not saying it. They're like
Under.
like watermelons or like a lot of that kind of stuff. But it's like you might as well just say it, but they don't because it's
Yeah.
it
Those
was
60s.
improper back in
Yeah.
the day. But they were definitely saying stuff. So it's just that wordplay stuff is fascinating
That is cool.
because I guess that is like okay, you might be a good, air quotes, good person or good boy, but you're sliding it in there
Yeah.
on the
Right.
DL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, when it comes to Frank, now that I think about it, he's definitely on the sultry side of things.
Yeah.
He definitely is.
Sultry.
Um,
That's a great word.
going back to Jodeci, that's where I wanted to go back. That's what I wanted to pin. Because they were known as the bad boy of R&B. That group was.
Yeah.
You're right
They
about
wore
that.
Timbs.
Right.
Yeah. Like wheat Timbs. R&B artists were wearing wheat Timbs. They were in suits. They had Timbs on.
Yes,
Leather
that's-
suits.
That's the go. Like, who are these dudes?
Yeah.
I'm a little scared. What is this? So,
Oh man, that makes me so happy.
I always have a hard time still knowing who Casey and JoJo is. Like I don't know who's who. Like I know the group, but I'm talking about like who is Casey and who is JoJo. I always get them messed up. I believe Casey's the guy who looks like he's always drunk. The hat.
Yes. That's
Okay,
it.
so I want to
Yeah.
make sure I got them right. So, breaking off from that, I remember when I first heard them live was MTV Unplugged.
Oh.
Lately, Casey and JoJo. I knew about them before from Jodeci, but
Yeah.
I never heard them live. But that was the first time I heard them live. And when I heard KC, I was like, this motherfucker's a star. I mean, the way first of all, let's go back to MTV Unplugged, which had some of the best performances I've seen.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
let's
Lauryn Hill.
we can have a whole
Madonna.
pod about MTV
Jay-Z.
Unplugged, but let's
Jay-Z.
yeah, I
The
mean,
Nirvana one. I have the
the
vinyl.
Lauryn Hill
So
one. I mean, we
Yeah.
could just go. But anyways,
Yeah.
back to that one. So I remember I was watching it, and it was JoJo going first. He was singing. He was killing it. Here comes KC, hat tilted back. I believe he has a vest on, and he takes it off. That's his whole thing without a shirt. So he gets up, and he starts singing, and that song, everybody there's going crazy. Because his performance, again, it was live. It was extremely heavy. Like, I was like, damn, these motherfuckers are killing it. And I remember going back to, the whole good and bad. They were considered bad dudes, but that song, it was so like a good, powerful song being sung by like this quote-unquote hard, tough, thug R&B dudes. But again, that song is so touching and so powerful.
I think that's what made it like so appealing.
Exactly. That's what I was going to get to. Is that I understand what you're saying, because when I heard that song, I was like, damn, this came from them, the bad boys of R&B, and this song was extremely touching. So
I think maybe too is like the other stuff sound too manufactured. And maybe that's why this is the first time I've ever even had this conversation.
Yep.
This is all.
You're
So
unpacking.
maybe
In the Offbeat
I'm unpacking
podcast.
it. Yeah, this is like therapy.
Yeah.
Why do I hate boys?
you're gonna sleep tonight now.
No, I don't want to get up in the knee. But, so I think maybe that is because they were so left field. Bobby Brown, no one was expecting Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
He wouldn't,
Right.
I think that was it.
No, it makes
Especially
sense.
Jodeci. Do you remember the Martin episode when Jodeci was on it?
Oh my God.
Wow.
When he went on tour with them?
Yeah, let me take. Do you remember A Living Color when Jamie Foxx and Tommy Davidson
Yes.
did that? I was
Yes.
like,
Wow.
God,
Yeah.
I was completely floored
Wow.
because they
Yes.
did a great imitation.
Man, they're
Great imitation.
Thank you for those callbacks, you guys.
I love In Living Color.
So good.
yeah.
Still
So
do.
good. Classic. Legendary. I just want to say, and that's why I don't know if you guys caught me, but I was dying quietly over here because when you mentioned Casey and JoJo, I recalled y'all probably seen it, the Instagram reel of, it was like a short 5 to 10 second clip of love is getting away from me, something like that, where it was Casey and JoJo.
You have to play it. You have to
Yeah, I
play
need more
it.
context.
Guys,
Time is slipping away from me. It ain't no telling when I get home. We gotta go home, boy. Just about to see the dollar sign.
guys,
I'm sorry.
thanks so much for joining us today. Just kidding. Yeah, no, it was just like, you know how they don't know how to not be extra.
Right.
So it was them full tilt.
yeah.
It's really KC.
See the dollar sign. That close to a piece of mind. Everything.
JoJo's kind of cool. KC goes way out there, but go ahead. Keep going. I'm gonna let you.
I'm gonna let you finish. Sorry. I really appreciate the fact that the internet continues to give us wonderful gems of like, man, you had to be there for that, because if like the COVID, all the crazy stuff that happened with the verses.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was it Teddy from Blackstreet? And
Teddy Riley?
Teddy Riley.
Yeah. Y'all remember that?
And Babyface.
Just
Yes.
he's like, Babyface is just chilling, and he's
He
got.
did a verse. I don't watch
didn't
any
see
verses.
that.
It was
Yes.
it was a tragically
it was terrible.
terrible, like
Because it's like
Babyface
Teddy
is
Riley
like
had Guy, he had all them. Babyface was,
Babyface had one camera, and Teddy Riley had like a whole elaborate setup that was just feeding back into the stream.
And it all failed. Everything failed.
It was so bad. And Babyface is taking shots at him, but like kind of subtly. Like it was so bad. It was like ultra cringe, but also like delicious at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh man, the internet. Anyway, Childish Gambino, he's all right.
Yeah.
So you're saying I won't be disappointed if I start watching Atlanta? Like I said, I just got to one episode.
I
Very
mean, but
good.
I want you to know that it's not what you have ever seen. Like it's so far out of there. It's not a comedy. It is a comedy. You're gonna laugh. You're
It's
gonna be like,
Childish
what the hell?
Gambino, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
his
it's-
brain kind
It's
of.
and
on
his
this-
brother, like Steven. Is
he a writer?
Yeah, he's one of the main
Stephen
writers.
Glover.
Stephen Glover. He's one of the main writers.
Really?
He writes a lot of the episodes.
He
Yeah,
raps
okay.
too.
Does he?
He does.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
wow.
on a
I didn't
few
know that.
Gambino.
Oh, yeah, he's on
Royalty. Oh yeah, he
He
is.
is, okay, yeah.
yeah. And Royalty. That's another one that I forgot to mention. You like Royalty?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another Gambino thing. Very, very good. Mix
Yeah,
up.
Atlanta. I could do a podcast on
Okay.
Atlanta.
All right, maybe we should. I gotta
Especially
catch up.
season 3, man. It's
Gotta catch up.
It's so.
All right. Well, we're gonna definitely pin that one for a later topic. But I like listen, man. When I get into stuff like full disclosure, I've been watching Yellowstone, which is not at all something that I was interested in watching.
It's good. It's good.
But
Yeah.
the reason I got into it was wifey was like, "Hey, I heard about this show called 1883. We should watch it." Yeah. All right. Cool. Oh, but we got to watch Yellowstone first, which is like before. Okay. So we fired it up, and I'm like, bro, if you get me with like good cinematography, I'm automatically
Yeah.
in there. And then like, oh, good story, good acting. Oh, what are we talking about? It doesn't matter because the story is compelling. So this is how I felt about Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey is like not at all something I would have watched.
But you liked it.
The story was amazing. The cinematography is incredible. The acting is great. The music is great. Like everything is like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So like production alone, I'm in there. Like it doesn't matter what genre it is. Like
Right.
I'm interested because the arts is interesting.
Right.
Yellowstone. Yeah.
Yellowstone is
It's like gangsters on a horse farm. It's like, yeah, like Yeah.
Yes,
They're wearing Timbs
spot
on horses.
on.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, it's
pretty much.
what season are you? Y'all
So
caught
I'm
up?
on right now. I'm on season 4
Oh, so
of
the
Yellowstone.
recent-
I haven't. Yeah. So I'm fairly caught up. I highly recommend it if y'all. It's on Peacock if y'all want to check that out. Atlanta. So all right. So we'll have to have a ongoing list of what episode we're on. We should watch a show collectively.
Together.
Yeah.
I'm
Would you
definitely
start
yeah.
over?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start over.
I,
then. Okay, 'cause
I
need to.
sometimes will just watch them just because I'll be like, oh man, the barbershop episode was funny.
Mm.
Yes.
And I'll just go back. You remember that one?
Yes. Oh my
Spoilers.
God.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. There's a
Spoilers.
barbershop. Oh no.
I mean, if you've ever been to a barbershop, you've dealt with this.
Mm.
It's your barber just not being there or doing a bunch of other things. That's what barbers
Classic.
do. Yeah.
Yo, but for real though, and I had alluded to this, Xander. I think it would be a great idea if we curated a offbeat podcast playlist of some of the music that's on rotation amongst the crew, amongst the regulars, where we can have kind of just like a here's the kind of like collective audience of
That's smart.
you know,
That's smart.
folks that
cool.
we've had on, just like, hey, what's the stuff what's on your rotation right now? You know, because what's on your rotation is different than like what you might play when you're cooking dinner or what you might play when you're having
Yeah.
people over, right? Like, there's stuff that I only listen to for myself because I like to listen to it. Like, I listen to if I'm gaming, if I'm having a gaming sesh, I might put some like synth wave on, you know, like some dark synth, like, stuff like that. But my wife's not a big fan. Speaking of my wife, I got to get this in here before we wrap. So Mike Williams, Xander and I had an episode where I said, and you commented that the Beatles are trash. We later talked about it with our friend and colleague Donnie Darkpop. We unpacked it a little bit further. We kind of like dialed it in, and so my wife, being a Beatles fan, said, "Hey, can you share this?" So I want to do my part, and I'm gonna read this. This is
This is gonna be interesting.
this is a snippet from an article. I don't know the context, but I'm just going to read it. It says The Beatles, Strawberry Fields Forever, 1967. Here we go. Ready? While psychedelia had already been established by early 1967, Strawberry Fields Forever was more or less the real start of the genre. This was a song that made even the most professional and successful bands take their craft more seriously. Even Brian Wilson, who had just completed Pet Sounds with his group The Beach Boys, was floored by it. The complexity and amount of tape editing involved was almost unheard of for an album, much less a single track. The song's unique texture and instrumentation made it one of the most innovative and important recordings, not only in the history of I feel like I'm saying this wrong, psychedelia.
Yes, that's right.
But in recording music as a whole. So, just a little nugget from my wife regarding the importance of the Beatles in music fandom.
Rudy practiced really hard too.
I'm sorry?
Rudy practiced really hard too. It didn't make him a great football player.
And there you go.
I was not ready for that.
It took me a second.
Oh my goodness. Just zero tolerance for the Beatles.
No, I don't.
You heard it here first, guys.
Jokes.
Mike Williams.
It's jokes.
Oh my God. That was wonderful.
That was good.
Thank you. Damn. So, all right. Well, Mike, again, thank you so much for coming on the pod, man. We really appreciate you. Looking clean.
Fun.
Looking clean as always.
Yeah. Try.
New tattoo.
No, this is the
I
same
haven't
one.
seen that.
Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah. 3 years old.
Was it?
Yeah. The day I got it, I saw you. And it's still wrapped.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it. Yeah. New tattoo. I meant good tattoo that I've seen.
High quality
High quality tattoo that
Still
I've
looks
seen.
fresh. Yeah.
Wait. Guys, thanks so much for showing up today. Really appreciate it. Xander Jose Alexander Garafa.
Wow, thank you.
Ooh.
Government name.
Where can people find you?
Instagram. I changed my my name. That's why it's J Alexander.
J Alexander.
And then XLOUNGE also on Instagram. Check it out.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. As always, links in the description, both for audio and video. Mike Williams, once again, where can people find you?
A music nerd on everything.
A Music Nerd
Yes.
on all social media platforms. TikTok? You on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. I don't think it's that on TikTok, so it's not all.
You know
media.
what? Fine. I
No,
figures I would find the one thing that you don't.
It's Mike the Music Nerd on TikTok. I don't know why.
There you
Oh, I created an account when TikTok first dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know how to log back in. Said my name was taken. It's my name. I took it. So I had to make another one.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. So everywhere but
I'm
with
not
TikTok.
Really, yeah, I'm not really on TikTok. Like,
A
yeah.
lot of eyeballs there, though, man. A lot of eyeballs.
All the eyeballs.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm
algorithm.
just not on it because it's addicting. Like you'll just,
Yeah, fair enough.
an
Fair
hour
enough.
went by.
Eddie Saturn, where can people find you, sir?
At Eddie Saturn 29 on all social media.
I dig it.
Or
What is the 29?
eddysaturn.com.
What's the 29?
29.
What is it, 29? Actually, great question.
It's my lucky number. It also happens to be the day I was born in January 29th.
Oh, yeah.
But my cousin, who he's not like a 5%er, but he like knew all that stuff. He told me like 2 and 9 means born wise, and I was like, that stuck with me. I was like, yeah,
That's cool.
2-9.
I dig that. So I came across, and I shared it with Xander the other day. Let me see if I can find it. It was a it's called spacehey.com. It's like a MySpace clone. Like it literally looks exactly like MySpace from when you remember it.
Really?
Spacehey.com.
Spacehey.com.
In case y'all are interested in signing up for another social media platform, there you go.
Top 8 with music.
Whatever
Does it
you
have
want.
that?
No
Whatever you
way.
want.
You
Does it have
can program.
If you look at, I'm pretty sure it functions the same way where you can add weird HTML bullshit to it. So,
Wow.
spacehey.com. Guys, thanks so much for watching us, for joining us on the podcast. We always appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps out the show. And if you haven't already, tell your mom about us. Peace out, guys.